Been a good start to the season for Luke Carey. Mitchell Pearce and Luke Carey played every minute so far in the halves. Hargreaves, Rotorua product. That man there on screen finally breaking the drought with a drop goal last week.
What a terrific game that was, as we await the Warriors on to Mount Smart Stadium. Here comes Roger Tuivasa-Sheck against his old team for the first time on Mount Smart Stadium. He did play against the Roosters last season. He was up on the Central Coast.
Scored that try
in Golden Point, didn't he? So Fusi Tua moves into the centres. Blake Ashford switches to the left with Solomoni Carter out of the team. Kieran Foran gets another start today. James Gavitt, been in stellar form, wearing 8, gets another start in this game today. And there is Chance Nickel-Klokstad, the 21-year-old. Interesting heritage to that man.
Yeah, Norwegian.
His mum is Norwegian, has got Norwegian and Cook Islands heritage in her, and his dad is Māori.
Yeah, and his dad had a nice moment yesterday before the captain's run and presenting the jersey to his son. So a nice touch there from Stephen Kearney as well. We wish you well, Chance Nickel-Klokstad.
Sean Johnson keen, now that his future is sorted, to have a good performance on Mount Smart Stadium. And we're underway in this round 9 clash. It's the Roosters kicking off to the Warriors, and James Gavitt back to the 20. Excellent numbers so far for James Gavitt. He's been running just under 100 metres, which is about double what he was producing in his 10 games last season. Luke Mannering, a little bit greasy maybe on the hands to start with there, Simon Mannering, but he's all good. What a stellar season he's been having too, as Luke pitches another few metres out of dummy half. He is the leading dummy half runner this season in the NRL, Isaac Luke, through the first 8 rounds of the season. Lillyman over the halfway line on the last tackle. The Warriors go now, and Johnson tries to find a bit of space. Gordon anticipated, but Johnson cleverly put the ball away from him, and here comes Blake Ferguson back.
Nice kick that too. Some have been a little critical of the last play options of the Warriors so far, with a little kick to maybe trap the opposition just out from the line. This time Sean kicks it across. Blake Ferguson, congratulations, 150 NRL games.
And of course he'll be fronting for the Kangaroos next week. A couple of other players in this Roosters team will be fronting for Tonga. Daniel Tupou, the winger, and Toki Aho as well. Now Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. Interesting to see if he makes the Kiwis lineup, which will be named at around 6:30 tonight, New Zealand time. Here's Toki Aho up towards the halfway line. Jake Friend gives it to Pearce. And Pearce is going to go high to Tuivasa-Sheck. And Tuivasa-Sheck comfortable under that high ball.
Good start for both teams. Both getting to a kick. The arm wrestle starting to progress. Mamalo charges in. Manu Vatuve had a good game in Intra Super Cup this afternoon.
He goes 4 into the line. Bounces off Dylan Napa. And Foran, good run from Kieran Foran. As the Warriors march up towards the halfway line, as Mannering takes it over the halfway line. Waerea-Hargreaves and Jake Friend with the tackle. He goes Luke again, sneaking away. Jake Friend with a customary tackle again. Could play the ball, and that will be a penalty to the Warriors inside the first 3 minutes.
Nice work from Isaac Luke there. He gets the penalty with some work in the play the ball. But when he worked back against the ruck, there was no support. No one was punching up alongside him. He had both hands free. He could have offloaded. And there had been one criticism of the Warriors' attack, that it's been lateral. And there hasn't been a lot of it through the middle. This is the end of it. Hooker on hooker.
Yeah, it'd be a good battle between them today. Of course, Jake Friend played for Australia last year. Has international experience now as Lillyman. Heads up towards the 20. Luke Foran. Here goes Gavitt. Standing off the right shoulder that time of Kieran Foran. Warriors have the first opportunity to post points in this game. Here goes Foran to the line. Mannering. Good tackle on him by Joseph Manu, the Waikato boy, who's got the 4 jersey today for the Sydney Roosters. Lillyman. Now Isaac Luke has it to Mannering. Luke on the run around and Foran has it again. Plenty of touches for him early. Tuvasa-Sheck. Oh, just hanging on was Carey. Tuvasa-Sheck. 9 metres out. Foran on the last tackle. Up goes Ashford. Beautifully taken there by Manu. That might have gone forward. No. Ashley Klein says it went backwards. Did you detect my unconvincing tone of my voice there, Daryl?
Yeah. I question a little bit. Have we got a knockout on here? Now, the Warriors in the last 2 games that they've lost have travelled really well in the first half. Both first halves against Melbourne and also Canberra have been spot on in saying that the opposition have handed them opportunities. And Joseph, Manu, well, Blake Ashford, Ken Mamalo on the side, and Manu's right up to the task, isn't he? And Blake Ferguson comes in. The ball dislodged courtesy of a shoulder of Isaac Luke. It's a poor carry.
The Warriors through Malmalo off the scrum now. Got to make these opportunities count. Lillyman heads towards the posts. Boyd Cordner nails him. Gavitt used as a decoy. Foran! Nicely taken by Waria Hargreaves. That tackle needed to be made. It's a fast play the ball. James Gavitt's over for the try. And that is his first in a Warriors jumper. James Gavitt, stellar season so far for this team. Icing on the cake with the try.
He deserves it, doesn't he? Big James Gavitt. 1 game for the Bulldogs early on and just 1 for the Broncos. 10 or 12 for the Tigers. And now he's starting to find his home. Hoffman was on the left with an easy passage. And Isaac Luke, good selection. Right in between 2 players, and James Gavitt puts it down. Glenn, you know, I thought the start to this game would be really important on the back of a 4-day turnaround. The start, the first 20, and also the last 20, of course. But if a team can get out ahead here and then settle into the groove, play their football through the middle of the game, then the start here is exactly what Stephen Kearney offered.
Well, mighty Beetham, James Gavitt. What a special moment for him.
A great moment, something that he deserves. He's been working really hard, of course, on the outer coming into the season. He was one that not too many people expected too much of, but he's been the premier prop for the Warriors side. And he gets a very deserving try. Then some really good signs across the board, really. Isaac Luke getting out dummy half, and also Kieran Foran going down the short side. Everyone playing nice and straight and direct.
Well, it's a short turnaround, and the Roosters, of course, had that really tough win over the Dragons. Johnson converts the try, 6-0. Early on in this match. Yes, Gavitt's only other try in the NRL was in round 19 of the 2014 season when he scored for the Tigers against the Bulldogs.
And I dare say come in pretty similar circumstances. Doesn't run from a long way out. Does James Gavitt. They don't put that in the scoreboard.
Yeah, so the endurance, the stamina of both teams is going to be severely tested here. It'll be really interesting to see how both teams handle that facet of this game as we move our way through it. The Warriors certainly seem to have made the more enthusiastic of the starts, and they're dominating possession as well. 80% to 20 at the moment. They're spreading it reasonably early in the tackle count. Good little probe there from Hoffman. Mannering. Plenty of carries for him already. That's his 4th in the first 8 minutes. Efficient set being put together by the Warriors again here is Bodine Thompson. Cuts back. Last tackle for the Warriors, it's Johnson. And Johnson nudges it down towards Daniel Tupou, who is wearing the nice, bright fluorescent boots for us today. Daniel Tupou.
I thought there would have been a really good opportunity for the Warriors to get chance. Nicole Klopp's had a run in that set of 6. On debut, 8 minutes gone. Good run from Sean Kenny-Dowell. Here, lost the ball but regathered as well.
Yeah, Kenny-Dowell, interesting character, of course. Says Ferguson, another strong run from him. And the Roosters are playing the ball quickly here, and they've got the front foot nicely forward. Ideal circumstances for Cordner. The Warriors, though, wrap him up. They keep it on the short side. Carey takes it to the line, and here's Kenny Dowell again. Second carry for him in this set. Excellent yards gained here. Pearce nudges it towards the wing, and Maumalo, up he goes. Nicely taken that time, but it was an easy one for him because he was able to run forward and catch it.
No surprises there that the Roosters are going to send some footballs towards the side of Ken Maumalo. Two pretty much rookie wingers in Clockstead having his first run here. Good footwork, step to the right. And Maumalo.
Here goes two passes, Sheck up the centre. Corner gets him, but he gets to his feet quickly. And away goes the Warriors again, and it's Nickel Clockstead again. He was very aware of the opportunity. Johnson. Warriors got out of that their half quite nicely there. Well, Gordon was the player. The crowd thought knocked it on, but it came off his shins.
It's so important to ride the momentum of a quick play the ball, isn't it? Tuivasa-Sheck started it for the Warriors. Blake Ferguson for the Roosters is Tupou.
Daniel Tupou. Away goes friend again. Kenny Dowell off his shoulder. Short Kenny Dowell. Another fantastic run. He's come to play on Mount Smart today. No question. Pearce hauls it out to Manu. Manu. Good tackle that time from Ashford. Remember, he's playing on the left. In the centres today, Blake Ashford switching from the right. Pearce hauls it out to Carey. That's a nice option. There's no one back there for the Warriors except Nickel Clockstead. And Nickel Clockstead, no risks from him.
It's good play. Did well to turn and chase. Did chance. Actually looked composed as it went into the in-goal area. I thought Tuivasa-Sheck might have come into the frame, but he was actually a little bit out of position, too far over, too far right. But a pretty easy trap.
Well, it was Monty Beetham, but you don't want wingers taking risks there, and that's something some wingers in the not too distant past in the Warriors team may have been a bit fortuitous or ambitious with.
That's right, Clockstead's been good. He's taken a while to take his first touch, but defensively been good as well. This is where they need to really put up a stand. Hit and stick, they've been falling off the tackles and getting numbers in, but not being able to move as a team together defensively.
Napa brings it forward. Friend gives it to Pearce. Running strongly and hitting the line is Tokiaho. Good to see him back playing. Knee reconstruction, remember, at the end of last year or middle of last year. Saw him ruled out for most of the season. Here goes Dylan Napa again, taken strongly that time by Lillyman and Hoffman. Roosters getting their game going nicely. Here is Pearce, takes it to the line. Good tackle. Very good tackle that time on Guerra. Keeps him out. Pearce on the last tackle. Nicely nudged again by Pearce. Still alive. It has been knocked on. And Corner was just sneaking through and knocking it on. Concern for Boyd Corner.
We'll go to rest only, so...
Try-saving tackle here on the left edge for the Warriors by Blake Ashford.
Play the ball, guys. Just 10 out.
And then on the last play option, perfect little kick from Mitchell Pearce. And Boyd Corner, as he goes down to get it, he's got the attention of two, been Tuivasa-Sheck and also Clockstead over top of him. And, well, to be fair, he didn't have control of the football before the contact came anyway. It was a rather tough one to pick up.
Interesting what you said about Blake Ashford making that try-saving tackle there, Darryl. He's been a bit of a silent achiever since coming into the team this season.
Well, I think in his first game here at Mount Smart against Parramatta, or it might have been the Titans, he let a simple one in down the other end of the football field. So since then, he's been very good. Credit to him.
There goes Luke sneaking away from dummy half again. Cox right around the head that time, Isaac Luke. Yes. 70 metres per game, 66 from dummy half.
That's just Jared shaking hands, saying, good to see you again, Isaac. I hope to see you tomorrow.
Test. Yeah, that's a good question, isn't it? Will Jared Waerea-Hargreaves be selected? There goes Foran's kick. It's nicely charged, and it's been let go over the sideline by Blake Ferguson. Well, 12 minutes played, the early try to Gavitt. And the conversion to Johnson as the Warriors leading 6-0 at the moment.
Good result for both teams there. Both teams really blowing hard here. So for that ball to find touch, gives them all a little bit of a breather. As you can see, the scrum's still not down. Everyone just happy to walk to it. Starting to find their second wind after playing on Tuesday.
Yeah, might need some oxygen tanks on the sideline today.
Bring back. Shot clock off. Stay here, guys.
I don't know how many times, Monty, you were actually involved in short turnarounds like this. Tough on the body, I'm assuming.
Very much so, no doubt about it. When, of course, if you won the game and you come over and you travel and you're a little bit sore, you don't feel the bumps and bruises as much. But of course, with the way the Warriors are playing now, getting off to a good start, the confidence will get a lot better, and then you build around each other, because of course being close is not good enough. You need to get the points.
Here's Cordner. Strong carry from him. What a season he's been having. Sean Kenny Dowell. Love another Kiwis jumper. Touch and go whether he makes it. We'll see as Guerra comes over the halfway line. A strong carry from Aidan Guerra. Friend. Here goes Pearce, nudging it towards Nickel Klokstad again on debut. ISP Player of the Year last year for the Warriors in the second year of a 2-year deal, having come over from Melbourne.
Got a good piece of that ball too, Mitchell Pearce. And have a look at the Roosters and have a look at their kicking game. Mick Gordon doesn't kick a lot from the back. Jake Friend doesn't kick a lot out of dummy half. And Luke Keary's not a noted kicker of the football, certainly not long. So the pressure loads up on Mitchell, and it's an area of his game that's improved.
Lillyman over the 40. Still no errors in the Warriors game so far in these first 14.5 minutes. Here goes 4 in, and that's being played at by Manu. So that should go back to a scrum. It will.
Lock on Roosters. I'll come through. No advantage. Warriors feet.
Well, this all happens all in a bit of slow-mo for poor old Ken Mamalo. The ball's touched by Joseph Manu, so it's an automatic restart of the tackle count
Up we come, fellas.
for the Warriors. But Ken can't get a hold of the football. Have a look at this. Manu pushing up well. Hasn't the kid from Tokoroa done well? I mean, he played on the outside backs in the 20s more as a winger. And centre's possibly the hardest position to learn in first grade. He's making a good fist of it here on the right, Joseph Manu.
Yeah, 20 years of age, Joseph Manu. Born in Hamilton, Tokoroa High School. Made his debut against the Warriors last year in round 15. Strong dominant tackle again by Dylan Napa over the top. Jake Friend below. 4 into the line again. Times this pass beautifully to Johnson. Quick hands required out to Maumalo now. Maumalo. Whoa. Backwards went Guerra. Good run from Maumalo there. Here goes Johnson now. Gavitt, the try scorer. Offloads it nicely to Luke. They keep it going out to the right through Thompson. Thompson tries to get around Keary. This is good play by the Warriors. Short pass that time. Oh, Mannering just couldn't free the pass. Oh, he's lost it. Ashley Klein says it's a loose carry.
I don't think he did.
It was really good football. Testing the Roosters on both sides and then deciding to go up the middle and play some football. I like the ball too. Tuivasa Shek here picking up Mannering. Mannering actually leads the offloads for the Warriors this year, would you believe? It's not high. They're not an offloading team. It's only 6 in the 8 games played so far.
Wait.
No strip is ruled by Mannering, so there he is, and again making a tackle.
Warriors' first mistake as well, Glenn.
It is, yes, their first error. Sydney made 2. 61% to 31, 9% at the moment. Still in favour of the Warriors in terms of possession. The Warriors making a good start to the game again. Now, Waria Hargreaves. Wonderful sight, isn't he? As he hits the ball and hits the line so strongly. Pearce on the front foot again. He's coming more and more into the game. He's looking good, Mitchell Pearce. Friend gives it back to Pearce again. Now Nickel Klokstad again. Plenty of time for him though to line that one up, and Nickel Klokstad again. Ticking all the boxes so far in his debut.
Certainly is. 2 kicks, 2 catches. Sean Johnson, easy meters, no marker. Take it when you can. Here comes Fuss.
Fussy too, hit strongly by Dylan Napa. Oh, and he felt it too.
He felt it all right. He's got a really proud Kiwi family background as Dylan Napa, even though he's Australian, born in Brisbane. He gets a piece of Fusatua here. Oh. They're actually well suited. They're both about 6'4". But Fuss cops one.
Is that a shoulder charge? What do you reckon, Daryl?
Not if you're in the Napa family.
Monty?
Well, he made contact with the shoulder, that's for sure, but it wasn't as typical shoulder charge. But I tell you what, Dylan Napa, he lost 3 teeth on Tuesday night. Didn't even tell any of his teammates, didn't even complain about it. They just realised when he took his mouth guard off at the end of the game, he put them in, all 3 of them, and he came over on the later flight. He's all kinds of tough, Dylan Napa.
Looks like he tried to take some of Fuss's teeth out, Monty.
Yes, no doubt he has powdered cement on his Weet-Bix rather than sugar. Here goes Foran and Mannering. Back nicely again by Jake Friend. Foran gives it to Tuivasa-Sheck. Johnson. A back kick again as he drives Blake Ferguson back. Ferguson.
Seemed like quite a difficult kick to catch, didn't it? Blake Ferguson sort of had trouble picking up. Well, maybe the sun's in his eyes there into that corner. Pretty well.
Gordon up towards the halfway, up towards the 30. Here goes Tupou again, getting an easy 15 metres and the offload. It's been spilled though by Pearce. Well, Tupou will be disappointed.
I reckon Trent Robinson be disappointed here. There's a massive opportunity up and behind the ruck on this play here, and the offload was on as well for Taniela Tupou, known as Daniel. Up he goes, right through the middle. Gavay gets a little piece of him there.
Roosters need one more.
Mitchell Pearce is in open space.
Ash, tell Jake he needs one more.
It was a hard one for him to take though, wasn't it?
Okay, Siwa, head in. Michael, head in. Just hold here, guys. Boyd, down. Block off. Kieran, feed it. Stay in, out.
So quarter way through the game, Gavitt the try scorer. Johnson the goal, Warriors leading 6-0. Yeah, pretty intense start to this game as Ashford bounces off Dylan Napa, looking for another dominant tackle. Ashford's done well. Luke Lillyman times his run to perfection again, bounces off Waria Hargreaves. Luke again. Foran now Gavitt. Wisely keeps the ball in hand. Thompson was out on the right edge. Heads that way again. Foran gives it back to Johnson. Johnson running sideways again across the field. Ashford straightens now. A little bit scrappy this time, but Foran will tidy it up. Last play now for the Warriors. Johnson is going to try and kick it across to Nickel Klokstad. And it's Daniel Tupou who's got it. The tall figure.
Yeah, somewhat of a mismatch there. Klokstad's got good ability to get in the air, but physically the challenge was a bit too much there. Tupou got a good 5 inches in height on him, another couple in the reach. Ferguson. I like the attacking style though. Once they go to the edge, they're happy to bring a player back towards the middle of the football field, and if they find another pass in through the middle, the Warriors look a bit more threatening.
Johnson, a 2-year deal, the next 2018-19 season now. As Gordon playing the ball as Friend gives it out to Pearce again. He hits the line strongly. Corner wrapped up nicely there by Fusi Tua. Slowed to play the ball down as well there. Nicely done by Fusi Tua. Here goes Keary. Oh, watch Luke Keary. Been an excellent pickup for the Roosters, you'd have to say, so far this season. They keep it on the short side. Kenny Dow chases through. Tuivasa-Sheck. Nickel Klokstad did well then. He could have gone for that ball, Daryl, but he left it to his captain.
Yeah, perhaps the fullback was a bit more vocal, and Tuivasa-Sheck claiming it's his, which should be the case in any instance with a winger and fullback. Warriors going to have to be really concerned about blindside shots here in the last 20 minutes of this half. It's where good defensive teams set their standards, that they don't get beat on the blind side, because it's a lazy side.
Tuivasa-Sheck. Ben Madalino's ended the game at the 22nd minute mark.
Yep, James Gavay off. James Gavay so far averaging exactly 40 minutes a match. So generally 2 spells of 20, with a spell of about a half an hour in between, given the break.
Gavitt run for 37 metres in his 6 sit-ups so far. Ben Madalino. A few whispers around the press box when I was in there earlier today, and he might make a appearance in the Kiwis later tonight. Daryl, what do you reckon?
Many options. I'd like to see the likes of Siwa Takiaho also, and some of the youth coming through. Bit tough for Ben after just the one start off the bench to lay claim to a jumper, but I guess that's David Kidwell's decision.
It'd be a bit of a gamble, wouldn't it? Now Ferguson. He'll definitely be there on Friday night against the Kiwis in Canberra. So will this man, Boyd Corner, the two Roosters that have been picked in the Australian team. Friend. Napa used as a decoy this time. And away comes Tokiaho again. Friend. Out to Cordner again. Johnson. Makes the tackle. Made some good tackles last week in the game against the Storm too. Not afraid to mix it up this time. Oh, Carey nicely shifted there to Pearce, but again, the Warriors' defence solid so far in this game. And now goes the kick to Nickel Klokstad again. They're certainly targeting the debut player, but he's done absolutely everything by the book so far.
Yep, it's a good game, this game. Pretty much hanging in the balance. The Roosters really highlighted the side of Klokstad and also Fusatua in defence, who's up to the task at the moment with Cordner. Here comes Ken Mamala. Now he comes from the left and gets it midfield, so good work from Ken, going looking for work.
Now Marlow leads the carries per game for the Warriors at the moment. Here's Madalino's first carry, that customary skip just before he hits the defensive line. We like to see that. Mannering passes the ball this time. Oh, Johnson, we've got to be careful there because could have used Thompson as an obstructive figure there. Luke this time kicks the ball, and he's just taking the sideline option this time to cool it all down after 24 minutes.
It's an interesting play when you go around the back like Sean Johnson did there, and he shapes to pass but can't get the pass and everyone's overrun him. You actually have no options. You can kick, I guess, but you can't continue to run. You can't actually offload. You basically can't play. Lovely to see him re-signed with the club. The jewel in the crown, as we all know. And I love his attitude where he said, I could have gone somewhere else, but winning wouldn't be the same. I want to win here.
Of course, have a look defensively at the Warriors when they make the first initial contact and what they need to do. They give up the legs, they go to the ground. By doing that, you don't really get them in a good position. That one was a better first-off attempt by them, but watch the difference between them and the Roosters when they go into contact and what they do afterwards.
Aiden Guerra. He'll be keen for more rep football for Queensland later on in the year, no doubt about that, as Wairia Hargreaves. Excellent run from Jared. No doubt the whānau will be up here from Rotorua tonight for this game as Napa and Mannering go head-to-head. Great collision there. Friend out to Pearce Carey. That look forward. Let's play on for the meantime as Tupou hooks it back in field. Well, gee whiz, this could work out for Tuivasa-Sheck.
Oh, shot! Siwa Takiaho on Tuivasa-Sheck. Fantastic play. The kick from Daniel Tupou back infield. Well, it was a bit of a lottery. Anyone could have ended up with it. Lucky for this man. They finally get to the outside of the right edge. It's a little bit forward. And have a look at this. Trying to kick infield. Carey thinks he picks it up, but straight into the arms of Tuivasa-Sheck. From here, anything happens. And Siwa Takiaho, he lines him up and boom, gets him with the right shoulder.
Wow, celebrating 50 games, Tokiaho. You mentioned that next week he'll be lining up for Tonga, but geez, I'd like to see him in that black jersey. Yeah. I'm with you as well, Daryl. He is a fine player, full of X-factor, but also has a motor to complement it.
Well, the Warriors get their second penalty for that. Yet to concede one in this game. 26 minutes played. Daryl, no penalties conceded by the Warriors.
92% completions. Martellino charges into the Roosters.
Bit of drizzle just falling now at Mount Smart Stadium as we see Sam Lasoni out there now for his 49th appearance for the Warriors. Now Johnson, quickly onto the line goes Sean Johnson. Whoops, communication breaks down big time there, and Kenny Dowell is the beneficiary. He's got pace, Sean Kenny Dowell. Outstanding run there, outgassing David Fusatua. This could turn into something meaningful here for the Roosters if they can spread it. Out it comes to Guerra. Manu. Manu gets past Hoffman, and Joseph Manu is over for the try. A splendid finish there from the young Rooster, who scores against the Warriors.
Sean Johnson comes up with a pass he wish he hadn't have thrown at the other end of the football field, and Sam Lasoni chases Sean Kenny-Dow and ends up ragdolling him. And then just like last week when Will Chambers gets on the outside in a right channel, Joseph Manu, this is the start of it, comes back into Thompson, who goes without it. And here you could just about call try. When you've got Kenny-Dow and Lasoni, you back Kenny-Dow. But Tuivasa-Sheck comes into the frame and they collar him. And then they know the shift is on. You watch Hoffman here. He's trying to shadow a couple of players across, just trying to cover himself. And then beautiful footwork. Learned that at Tokoroa High School. Gets to the outside of Hoff. Look at that. In and away again. And a nice left fend. Mamalo possibly could have closed him. Didn't really have time. And then all in the art of scoring a try, he rolls over. That's marvellous. That's great reward for someone who's stepped up. A couple of first-grade games last year.
Yeah, wonderful finish from Manu there, Monty.
Oh, indeed. Great bit of work there by a young man who could probably play in the back row, centre, can play anywhere. The best players can, but geez, when we saw on the left, that far-hand side of the field, when Roger Tuivasa-Sheck came across to assist Sam Lasoni in the tackle, he got up a little bit groggy, so keep an eye out for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Key weapon in the game for the Warriors here today, as well as captain.
Oh, Michael Gordon hasn't been in career best form with the boot so far this year.
68%.
Had a year back at Penrith where he kicked 90% through a year. Let's have a look how he goes here.
Nice, that one wide too. So the Warriors keep the lead. Joseph Manu's second try.
Yeah.
In the NRL, he got one in round 7 against the Knights, the junior Kiwis player from 2015. With Sean Kenny-Dow setting that one up. It's the Warriors leading 6-4.
Interesting to see Sean Kenny-Dow shifting over to the left side of the football field. He's played the majority of his football as a right-sided player.
Oh, shower just sweeping across Mount Smart Stadium. Rain still falling. Oh! That is not going to look all good on the replay, Jared.
No, he prides himself on all the little things in the game, does Jared Wairera-Hargraves. He won't be happy with that, because I can tell you in the video session, his teammates are going to absolutely give it to him. Just got a mongrel of a bounce, didn't he?
Bit of fortune perhaps to the Warriors. And now we'll see them try and bounce back from Lasoni. So the Warriors have field position as Madalino. Feet is out. He goes forward. Best handler to Dodine Thompson. The Warriors would love to bounce back after that nice stride by the Roosters. Here's Johnson with his hands on the ball, gets rid of his opposite number, Johnson. Johnson sneaking around, but again, this lateral running. In the end, Johnson probably does the wisest thing there to take the tackle. Oh, there goes a penalty.
Jake, come on. Way too long now.
Ashley
Back foot,
Klein,
guys.
not happy with that defensive play by the Roosters.
Be tapping, mate.
On the line, just wait there, go.
Oh, no penalty goal. Seen a few teams do that regularly over the last few weeks.
Jake, back straight,
Would love to convert this field position into a try. Lasoni, they won't. He's lost the ball.
Hindsight's easy, isn't it? With the 2 points.
Rest his feet here. Clock's running, fellas.
I don't mind it when they move the football around. This is where the short ball to Lasoni is lost. Doesn't have it before Cordner gets a hold of him. But when they get to the end of the set and Sean has no options on the outside, to come back to the middle and run the football across and use his step and his bounce and everything, I think it's good in addition to an attack which hasn't produced a lot of points so far this year.
Let's go, feed it. Wait here. Out.
He blocked out.
Yours, mate.
Tupou. Brings it forward. Some shots there of both Kane Evans and Zane Tetevano, who are coming onto the field now for the Roosters. Off the interchange. Guerra. Friend. There's Tetevano straight into his work.
Speaking of Tokoroa.
Indeed, two boys from Tokoroa in this game. Kane Evans. Oh, it's a great pass. Gordon hits the line beautifully. Just managed to get partially stopped as rain sweeps across Mount Smart Stadium again. Yeah, good run again. And yes, the Roosters starting to work nicely into this game. They're looking good with the ball in hand now, aren't they?
Oh, lovely tip on from Takiaho there.
Carey nudges towards the corner. It's just not found the sideline, but it's well weighted. And Tuivasa Sheck. Well, how did he get through there? Nickel Clockstad. Ball handling becomes important now as the rain falls quite heavily. Lasoni, or is that Fusitua? It's Fusitua. Luke again. Really nice point of the game now, isn't it? As Foran. Strong play.
What about the intent here to shift the football in these conditions?
Malmalo up towards the 30, over the 30 he goes. He's carried a couple on his back there. It's an excellent run from Ken Malmalo. Last tackle and Luke, take no risks. Bangs it down the centre.
That's a good result. They worked it off their line. 2 tackles in there, only 5 out. You know, when they got the penalty and we questioned, oh, it's a one-on-one strip. Here we go.
Johnson needs to get to his feet quickly to play the ball, and now Tupou, well, he's got a 10-minute stint on the sideline, Daniel Tupou. Well, you got to say that was a professional foul if you've ever seen one.
The boy's the captain though, so.
I think that's a good decision by Ashley Klein.
Well, this is a decision here now with what they want to do, whether they take points. It is looking pretty bleak all around here. And while it's been fine for the last 3 hours in Auckland, the outlook up here, and we can see a fairway doesn't look that clear. But they play on.
Yeah, they decline the opportunity again to go for the 2 points. Yes, looking out, all points here at Mount Smart is pouring down everywhere around Auckland at the moment, and it's Mannering. He's going to play the ball 5 metres out. Foran. Oh, it's a nicely timed run, but beautifully read again by the defensive pair there from the Roosters. The 2 tackling machines, Friend and Cordner, as Foran gives it back to Hoffman. Well, the Warriors up a man. Got to make it count.
Back foot, Aiden. Go.
Luke. Back to Mannering again. Johnson had to just hold back for the pass. There's a short ball to Fusitua. And Fusitua gets try number 7 for the season.
Great work from Big Foot. Has really grown into stature here. A commanding presence on the right now for the Warriors, which are so needed. 7 tries, 3rd leading in to this game on the try scoring for this season. Johnson, wow, the thief in the night of big Daniel Tupou to start it. Then he heads off to the bin. Then it's Johnson who provides a beautiful little pass and a great angle from Fusitua. Have a look at this here. He skips and goes to the outside, and there, a straight run, a straight line. Nothing Michael Gordon could really do about that once he turned the defence inside out. So Johnson starts it, and Johnson finishes it. Does he get credited with 2 tries this
Yeah,
set?
give him 2. What do you reckon, Monty?
I look very happy with that. Obviously, with these conditions, and you had 2 points there that could throw the ball over, you would think that potentially you'd take it. Johnson, after making the strip, he decided that he was going to run the ball. Points were on offer. He was going to take it. And then he gave that last pass. It was a tough pass to catch. Running the overs line, Fusitua coming back, took it nicely and scored a great try. Nice buffer now, boys.
There's also a catch in that set of 6-2, Monty, that I really liked, and it was the one of Sam Lasoni at the line, because he dropped it the previous time in a set where his try scoring opportunity. And those passes are fairly difficult to catch. So Sean Johnson, 1 from 1 with the boot. With a little breeze behind him, got a sou'wester today.
Well, that's 2 from 2 in this game for Sean Johnson, coming into game 73%. Warriors out to 12-4. with just under 4 minutes to play in the first half.
Daniel Tupou won't be back till 4 minutes into the second half, boys, as we look at this last replay again. Wonderful, poor conditions, drops it short here, running an overs line. Great catch, still a bit of work to do. Evades the last line of defence and scores a good try.
It was a nice line that Fusi Tua ran. So big few minutes coming up here for the Roosters as Sonny brings it back to the 20. So Fusi Tua got 2 tries against Melbourne on Tuesday as well. Both sweeping moves to the right when he was on the wing in that game. Madalino. Good, isn't he? Ian Madalino. Luke gives it to Mannering. That error rate is low for the Warriors. 3 in the first half so far. Sydney Roosters 5. Here goes Lasoni again with his second carry. It was a good run from Lasoni.
Oh, it's a better run. He shapes the pass on the outside, which makes the defence hold its line. Then he puts a fend on.
Well, they went to the right. It's the last tackle in Fusi Tua. Well, they just got a little excited perhaps there, the Warriors. Well, maybe they wanted to attack that left edge of the Roosters defence with Tupou off the field, Daryl.
Yeah, they probably didn't get the earmuffs out either. Couldn't hear the last tackle. Had some success down that right edge. Just wanted to go there again.
Ferguson, good strong carry from him. Friend. Here goes Evans. Whoops, Jake Friend. Half asleep, but it's play on. He didn't touch his arm. It must have just come off his knee or his thigh. How lucky was that for Jake Friend? Friend gives it back to Tetevano. Good hands again. Tetevano holding the ball nicely now. Oh, that was a suspect pass, I've got to say. Friend again on the 4th tackle, on the 5th tackle rather, kicks the ball, and Malmalo comfortably back in position.
Yeah, I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt with a pass saying it floated forward, but they're actually playing into a breeze, so I can't do that. Here's Ashford finding some work midfield.
Nickel Clockstad it is. Still strong there again. Corner in there making a tackle, as was Kane Evans. Here goes Johnson, trying to squeeze past 2 players there. Tetevano was open to that fact. Now Tuivasa-Sheck. He's run for 74 metres already in this game. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Johnson's on the last tackle. Fusi Tua this time. Can't handle the ball.
It was so on to run too. That
And over here, fellas.
just a little bit flat, if anything.
Back here.
Watch Sean Johnson here. Away he goes. Now he has the ability to bounce and go to the outside of the players, but he reads there that they're only 2 on 4, so he's got some numbers to shift it. So there's never ever a problem with Sean getting to his kick, because he can buy some time. The Roosters' last opportunity of this set.
He's just inside the last 30 seconds. Wera will play the ball. Away comes Pearce again. Now Kane Evans again. Tokiaho on the 40 here. Looks like the Roosters are just quite happy to play it out until half-time, or are they? As Friend gives it out to Tetevano. One last play again as Pearce gives it out to Carey. And Nickel Clockstad will dive on it with Kenny Dowell on that left edge. And that will do it for the first half. Gavin and Fusi Tua, the try scorers in the first half for the Warriors. Johnson, the 2 goals. And Joseph Manu, the try scorer for the Roosters. 12 points to 4 it is. Half-time here at Mount Smart Stadium. Second half, and the Roosters, when trailing by 8 or more at half-time, Darryl, have lost all 8 of those games. So there's some ones for the stats man.
Certainly on the stats, but it's a strange week. Just a 4-day turnaround. The Warriors going into this match with a 3rd most penalised team in the competition, averaging 7 penalties a game. Haven't given a penalty in the first half. Consequently, they've had 4 from the Roosters. So little things certainly can turn the nature of a game.
The Warriors have only conceded 4 points in that half of football. That's the lowest they've conceded since they led the Panthers 10-2 in round 21 of the 2016 season. So that's 14 games ago. So good half of football, but as Steve McNamara said, they've got to turn it into a win, having been in similar positions the past 2 games they've played. Ferguson, we get this second half underway. Remember, Daniel Tupou in the bin for another couple of minutes before the Roosters are restored to 13 players. Do it tough a little bit longer yet as Tokiaho comes up towards the halfway line again. And Jake Friend. Good run from Boyd Cordner. Excellent run behind the ruck. That was a 20-metre run and an excellent play the ball as well. And Pearce has plenty of time to measure this kick. Maumalo the target. Tuivasa Sheck, brilliant.
That's brilliant. Needed as well. You called it. There were so many metres on offer up and behind the ruck. They were just taken it well. And the kick is high enough for a contestable one. Joseph Manu didn't really have eyes for the football, did he? In fact, the kicker of the football, Mitchell Pearce, got himself into the frame. Well done, Roger.
It's like a magnet. He just sucked that one right in. There was only ever one man who was going to take that, and it was RTS. Here goes Luke rolling away. Madalino. Nice tackle on Ben Madalino. You know how he can carry players on his back for another few metres each time he carries. Here goes Johnson this time with plenty of time to put the kick up high. Kenny Dowell. Nicely taken by Sean Kenny Dowell.
Yeah, good ploy there. Of course, they're one player short on this left side of the field with Daniel Tupou in the bin. So Sean Kenny Dowell, the only one back on that side. I thought Sean Johnson was going to chip and chase there. Looked like space in behind.
Well, that heavy shower of rain, hopefully, Monty, is gone for the meantime. The field obviously holding up well again.
Yeah, it can play tricks on you, though. The rain is gone. You can't see it visually on your screen, but the ball is still very wet and slippery. And when these human beings are throwing their bodies around with no... Oh, well, at will, it just really makes it for a hard job holding on to that ball.
Kane Evans is the man with the ball in their hand here, the big, tall, lanky forward reserve. Now goes Pearce. Pearce will want to nudge this one down and put pressure on Tuivasa Sheck again, but again, cool as Roger Tuivasa Sheck.
Easy pickings for Roger. Lingy Sao on screen. Both coaches not using two players in the first half. In fact, for the Roosters and Trent Robinson have been really intrigued when Connor Watson comes onto the football field. What sort of dynamic he has and what sort of effect he can create to this game.
Yeah, he can be a surprisingly effective player, can't he? As Mannering brings it forward now. He was great at the nines here from memory earlier on in the year, wasn't he? Very effective player. Now Luke again. That's a good pass to Foran, who sneaks through almost. Brilliant offload, Luke. Support play was superb there from Luke. Oh, bit of an untidy play the ball, but it's play on. Johnson, Hoffman. Wow, that's a very disappointing result from that bust-up field from the Warriors.
This is great play because you play off the momentum of the play the ball, and it started with Isaac Luke and then Kieran Foran. Foran gets through, delivers the ball back, and then this play the ball, Sean Johnson gets in there. And there's plenty to do here. Everyone's going backwards. Hoff pulls his hands out of it. They stand and have a Mexican standoff at the end and say, why? Didn't catch it, was it for me? Golden opportunity missed.
The Warriors got that one try with Tupou off the field, remember? Towards the latter part of that first half. Scored by Fusi Tua. Tupou is back on the field now.
Yeah, that was flat. Kane Evans gets away with it.
So the Roosters back to 13 players now. Tupou, Carey shifts the ball. Cordner again, he's always a threat, isn't he? Friends. Oh, nice answer from Tokiaho in the end. Friend again. There goes Pearce this time. Tuivasa Sheck, that's a great kick from Pearce. The Tuivasa Sheck, geez, good. Again, 3 times in a row now, Nickel Klokstad.
Yeah, there was a good defensive shield up as well. It was Klokstad. Johnson did well to get back there. Fusatua as well. And look at this is Tuivasa Sheck who just caught it. 2 plays later running it. That's the sort of quality you got at the back for the Warriors.
Absolutely, as Foran. Hoffman wrapped up nicely by Pearce. Luke Mannering right on the halfway line. Mannering in the wrestle again. Wins that about 2 or 3 players on the other side of the field as Johnson. There's a spiral bomb. Gordon. Whoops, oh, that's fallen beautifully for the Warriors. This could be a try. Thompson. Kicked the light by Fusi Tua. Nickel Klokstad. Put your sunglasses on. That was dazzling.
Just wait. What happened there?
Great question from Ashley Clark. What happened there?
I got that his arm carrying the ball was on the ground when he's offloaded it.
All right, so we're back to tackle 1 here. We have no try.
Yes.
The ball
Let's see
carrying
what the
arm touched
bunker
the ground.
thinks.
So wait for the bunker. If he had passed on the inside to Kieran Foran, was a try right through the middle.
A couple of Warriors players in the middle that are offside. We'll follow through on the kick here. Kieran Foran is onside. Go. It's backwards Roosters, and then the Warriors take possession, so it's play on at this stage.
Well, it's going to come down to this, won't it?
We can see that the ball-carrying arm of the Warriors hits the ground. We have a decision going to the board.
Thanks, mate.
Yep.
So it won't be a try.
Yeah.
It's going to be ruled a complete tackle.
I went backwards.
That's disappointing. Chance.
Okay, so it's going to be a time. We're back to tackle 1.
Thought he got his first.
The tackle was complete.
But butchered on the inside, right up through the middle here, before we've seen on the replay. And this is fair enough too. So the arm carrying the football has hit the ground. David Fusatua there, left arm and elbow, and then he carries on playing. You can't do that.
It's going to be a Rooster scrum fee.
Okay, 2 hands, Luke.
Hold on.
Time on.
Hold, mate. Hold.
Out.
Okay.
Wow, brilliant potential piece of brilliant play by the Warriors. And it's got to be the Roosters that come away with it. Monty, still pretty dazzling piece of play though.
Yeah. Disappointing for Charles Nickel-Crockstack, who doesn't get his first try in NRL game on debut, but it's also disappointing for the Warriors, who are building pressure. And I think if they could stay down, camped in this area for a little bit longer, they could have been, well, come up trumps against a very good Roosters side.
So 12 points to 4, the score remains. Tetavano, Zane Tetavano, game number 37 for him, of course, the former Knight. The Roosters. First time this season, Cordner. That's what the Kiwis have got to look forward to on Friday night. There's Pearce. Balls it high again to Ivasa Shek. Again, does a good job. Good protection again from Nickel-Crockstack.
Yeah, so fairly conservative play from the Roosters, just wanting to trap the Warriors inside their own 20 and make them work it out while they await the arrival of Daniel Tupou back. This is Fusatua. Charges into it. He's back now. Tupou. Mamalo. Centre field. Guerra bounces off. Ricochets out of the road.
Mamalo running for over 70 metres in the game, leading the number of metres. Victor's been intercepted, and Kenny Dow is going to go away and score.
It's all good.
Well, Sean Kenny Dow, talk about a timely try. It's 12-8.
Wow, the somewhat silences the crowd here at Mount Smart. Sean Johnson gets outplayed by someone with an intercept. Sean Kenny Dow. There was an option on the right as well. Isaac Luke comes across, finds Sean, and then Sean himself puts out the left arm, pops it up, and just too much speed. We saw him run down by Sam Lasoni, but he had a good lead here on Sean Johnson. That's a game changer.
Well, it
Shifts momentum.
Is.
Now the Warriors are going to have to learn to overcome this momentum of the Roosters.
Sean Johnson won't be happy. He's done that time and time again against other people who are trying to pass the ball. It takes a real skill set to be able to do so. That time was Sean Kenny Dow who got the intercept. Run against play, which is a timely one for the Sydney side, who are slowly coming out of that grind. And now they're right back in it.
Well, Kenny Dow gets just a little bit closer to that record of Anthony Minicello's. 139 is the number of tries that Minicello scored while he was at the club, and Kenny Dow gets try number 121.
Got a pretty good try scoring rate for the Kiwis too. Sean Kenny Dow, he's played 20 tests and scored 13 tries through 20 tests, which is pretty good going. I just wonder whether Sean Johnson had to really draw and pass There was numbers on the outside, so a quick shift. And how beautiful weather comes in to play here for Michael Gordon.
Nice and handy, this one. Gordon makes no mistake that time. Well, it's game on here. Mount Smart with just over 31 minutes to play. It's 12 points to 10.
Tuivasa Shek, the first Warrior, to 100 metres. Surprise, surprise. Isaac Luke, that man on screen, also getting through 70 today. And Sean Kenny-Dow, well, he leads the way. A couple of long-range efforts for 150.
So the Roosters right in this game now. The rain really comes down here. Kate Evans plays the ball, and Blake Ferguson. Scored 13 times now. Against the Warriors, Sean Kenny-Dow. Some stat, isn't it? 13 tries in his career. Orbison will play the ball. Yes, the sting out of the crowd, that buzz out of the crowd, certainly not quite there at the moment. There's a real heartening or disheartening try for them as Carey bursts through. Here goes Cordner. This is going to be another one for the Roosters. Surely, Jake Friend, no! Brilliant tackle. Could still be a try. Oh, how did that get stopped by the Warriors? There's a penalty to the Roosters.
Wow, that's the best scramble D I've seen from the Warriors for some time. Somewhat butchered if you're a Roosters fan. Quite know how they didn't score there. The cavalry comes in really, really late. Beautiful play on this left-hand side. The direct ball for the second rower.
Take a breath as Kane Evans throws himself at the line again. Huge pressure now on the home team's defence here. His friend hands it back to Mitchell Pearce. Carey out wide, it goes to Tupou. Tough one for him to kick. He's got his foot in touch though.
What a great pickup from Daniel Tupou. Bodine Thompson looks like he's come off a bit second best. Worse for wear. They came in, and that pickup there, oh, that was so difficult to do. The touch he's picked up, his foot on the chalk. Carey the run, takes two players and gives Gordon an easy option.
Well, they say defence's attitude, the attitude and that back-to-back bit of work there by the Warriors. Sensational first fight back with the scramble. Roger Tuivasa Shek. Where's your magic wand?
I've got to say, Monty, last week in Melbourne, the scramble D just before Josh Addo-Carr scored on the far side was quite amazing from the Warriors. They kept turning up. And that's what they did there as well. So good signs.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, if you're Boyd Cordner. Well, it's poor hands from Lasoni. And now the Roosters back in possession at the right end of the field for them. Here we go. More pressure. Self-inflicted this time by the Warriors. And a good play. The ball too has Pearce going nicely. Cordner back on the inside. And Mannering levels Michael Gordon. Pearce. Aidan Guerra. Thompson back to his feet to make a tackle. Digging deep, Bodine Thompson. Waerea-Hargreaves back out there now. Here goes Friend again, out to Pearce. It's Carey, it's Sean Kenny-Dow. Now Tupou. The Warriors have scrambled over there in excellent numbers though. Good pattern that time. Tupou had no chance. Last tackle for the Roosters again. It's Luke Carey again. It's gone through Johnson's feet. Who's knocked that on? It's play on. And it's Aidan Guerra with a fresh set. Well, everyone here at Mount Smart is expecting a try to come out of this. Here goes Jake Friend again. And Pearce's spot tackle. A top one from Hoffman. The Warriors grimly hanging on here as Friend hauls it back to Waerea-Hargreaves. What else can the Roosters throw at the Warriors here? Friend again. Pearce. They go wide this time. They spread it to Manu. Manu's a strong, lanky lad. He's proving an awkward customer on that right flank. Blake Ferguson. Here goes Mitch Orbison. But again, the Warriors holding on again. Last tackle is Pearce. It's a good option from him, but Tuivasa-Sheck, oh, he's lost it. It's going to be more possession for the Roosters.
They're hanging in there. How much more have they got?
He's all right.
This is a good character test here. Funnily enough, Stephen Kearney will be loving it.
Let's go, Warriors.
Pearce, the last play option. And I thought Tuivasa-Sheck had done enough to get themselves back into it.
Well, he
But
just
good contact. Good contact from Jared.
Let's run in. Let's get it in.
Yeah, Hargreaves, Wairea Hargreaves got his arm in there.
Okay,
Knocked it loose out of Tuivasa-Sheck's hands. So here come the Roosters again. It's relentless at the moment. Manu. Foreign in there. Blake Ashford. And they're making the tackles this time for the Warriors. Orbison. Passes to Tetevano. Oh, the Warriors would love an error here out of the Roosters. And the Roosters would love a try. Penalty for offside against the Warriors.
Oh, interesting play here.
Both in front. No advantage. On the line, guys.
Seems like the Warriors haven't had the football for a good 6 or 7 minutes.
Done two.
Been defending their goal line and decided to take the 2.
Well,
level the game up.
What do you reckon? They're letting the Warriors off the hook here, Daryl.
I'm not so sure. They're certainly not giving them a breather in terms of going to have to tackle the next set of 6 when they bring it out of their own end as well. And they certainly have all the momentum here. But points are required. Great shot from Ben Martellino on Hargreaves. That's what we've come to know about Ben Martellino. So good even Jared give him a pat on the back. I see that too often.
Where are you on this one, Monty? Would you taken the 2 if you were captaining this Roosters team?
Look, I would have kept it on. I think the Warriors will get a real sense of belief, having repelled the Roosters for a number of sets, and the fact that they decided to take a shot at goal. They've taken a sigh of relief themselves. Gulp ready to come back at the side. Very good stuff by the Warriors. The most spirited defensive 6 or 7 sets of 6 I've seen in a very, very long time.
Well, if Gordon pokes this one over, which he should, this will be the hardest earned 2 points in the season by any team, I reckon. And he has. It's 12 all with 24 to play.
Well, they head into familiar territory, don't they, the Roosters? From Tuesday. Field goal territory. Might be a bit early to call that.
Well, the Warriors come out of that tough situation, only conceding 2 points.
Still no sign of Lingy Sau or Nathaniel Roach. Isaac Luke's made 26 tackles. Mannering is closer to 30.
They have both having strong games again. Mannering on 98 metres in this game so far. Now Ferguson, back we go again. Now possession is in favour of the Roosters now, 51-49. After this wealth of ball they've had since half-time. Lingy Sau in there making a tackle now. He's out there. It's tackle number 2 for him as they roll away again through Mitch Orbison. Friend. Wairea Hargreaves not used this time as Zane Tetevano hits the line strongly. Last play as Pearce nudges it down towards Maumalo. It is Ken Maumalo bringing it away securely this time for the Warriors, or is he?
Good work there. Ken Maumalo's a fairly big human. Orbison on the field there on that right edge. Didn't get to ground as quick as he wanted to. Subsequently, 2 slow play the balls, 10 metres out.
Well, the Roosters would love a strong defensive set here. Absolutely no question. Have to keep the Warriors pinned as far back as they possibly could as Nickel Klokstad hits the line. His 13th carry of the game. Here goes Sal.
Really important for Shaun Johnson to step up here and deliver a real confident kick on the last play option. In fact, they haven't gone to him, they've gone to foreign. He's had a couple of mistakes in the past few moments, Shaun Johnson, and he's a real confidence player. So he needs a few more interactions now to get back in that groove.
Well, the Roosters start the set on their own 40, Tupou. Fusitua goes a little highish. Dylan Napa out there, nice and refreshed now to end the game. Dylan Napa. It's only his 4th hit up of the game. Here go the Roosters running a reasonably early again. Carey this time. Nice ball and all tackle from Foran. That's out of tackle. No question about it as Wairua Hargreaves this time. This time he's hit solidly. Who's that going low? It was Isaac Luke. Nice play for Pearce again. More pressure on Tuivasa-Sheck this time, but again, he's got the super glue on his hands today, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
It's an important set of sixes for the Warriors as the Roosters have got all the momentum in terms of the yardage. All their attacking plays are coming 30 out, whereas the Warriors are kicking within the 40. Ooh. Ashford picks up a ball and through the legs of Mamalo. It's a pretty normal play here.
There is.
At Mount Smart.
Here's James Gavitt. Luke. Foran. Wide of the ruck they go. Lingy Sau on the cutback. He offloads to Foran. Last tackle for the Warriors. Shaun Johnson. Yeah, he played for that penalty. They're all offside there.
It's a poor play from Sean Kenny-Dowell. You could hear it from here.
It's a coach killer, isn't it?
He's yelling out, Shaun, Shaun. Let's have a look here. He's taken off too early at marker. See if we can pick up some audio. No, of course, right on cue, they've cut it off.
Well, that's a welcome penalty for the Warriors. The first that they've picked up since the 34th minute of this game. And it gets them into the Roosters half. But that intense period on defence, let's see what gas they have left in their tank now. Because Gavitt wasn't part of it. So he should be full of running over these last 20 minutes as Foran. Gives it out to Mannering, he's on the 20. 12 points all, 2 tries apiece. Shaun Johnson gets away from Carey. Pearce just shadows him across. Now a chance for Ashford to straighten. Manu and Napa making the tackle. Maumalo on the 5th tackle. Here goes Mannering again. They're running it down to the right where it was so effective last week. Now Thompson got on the road there of Foran. Last play. Johnson takes it early. Maybe have a crack here. Shaun Johnson. Well, it wasn't a bad option having a crack.
That was a great option. Taking it to the line. Thompson earlier on, up through the middle, then right at the last. You're just waiting for some sort of pirouette with some little bit of footwork for Shaun Johnson. Now the D comes in. Gavitt said the attack's there. Here's some defence for you.
Napa. Good tackle right around the bootlaces there from Bodine Thompson. Corner hits the line strongly, and Thompson in there again. That's some big plays from Bodine Thompson without the ball for the Warriors. Now Tokiaho, that's a better run, and the Roosters are up near the 30 now. Oh, he's lost the ball, and that's going to be a Warriors scrum free of 25 metres out.
Wow, good game here. 10 minutes ago we were praising the defence of the Warriors on their own goal line. And now we can praise it in their attacking area. The Roosters coming out of trouble. Hoffman, Mannering, maybe a little bit of help. And here, when Shaun takes it to the last, sure, he was shaping to kick. And if he can just get a little bit of a pirouette and a backward spin. Takiaho in the tackle, he's everywhere.
Out.
Well, here we go with the last 17 minutes locked up, and here goes Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. The man who can find a gap when there is no gap. Slow play the ball from Roger to Ivasashek. Lingy Sao. Now the Roosters have the pressure on their line. How will they respond? Gavitt runs straight at Dylan Napa and Jake Friend and Boyd Courtner. That's Friend's 44th tackle in the game. There's a snipe from dummy half. Oh, Luke's lost the ball. That is unfortunate for Warriors fans.
It's more than unfortunate. It's crucial. In the 4 plays, they had the inability to get a quick play the ball, denied any real opportunity of attacking the Roosters line.
Let's go, Warriors.
Here it is here. It was as if the play had already finished.
Heads in. Box running, fellas. Yeah, he's right. No, don't. Lock off.
Well, Monty beat them.
Yeah, but you're not going to get penalised.
I just about needed. I'm getting tired just watching the game.
That's right. I was expecting this moments well today. Win to run. He's been outstanding with he's done with the ball and without, but that time it probably wasn't on, and to lose possession is really hard for the side and hard for him to swallow as well. Let's see if defensively they can come back with something strong, as we saw in the last defensive set out last.
Oh, this game's on the edge of a credit card, isn't it? Just the feeling the next scorer will go on and win the game. That's the way it's feeling, as Wairia Hargreaves tries to work the ball out of his own half. Friend rolls away beautifully from dummy half. The Roosters on the front foot again. Tokiaho. Great run from him. 15 minutes to play. It's 12 apiece. Wairia Hargreaves. This is the last tackle now. The last tackle for the Roosters is Pearce. The kick probably got a bit deeper, didn't it, Daryl?
It was a good take from Ken Mamalo. Pretty much mistake-free this evening, which is we want to see from the big guy. Big meters on offer for this Roosters side. They pretty much rolled downtown at will. Now, for the Warriors to return serve.
Now a crowd of just over 13,000, and they've been fielded or treated with a very tight tussle here.
Mark straight. Luke. Go.
Luke gives it to Johnson. I thought of a 40-20. Goes down the centre. And this is Blake Ferguson.
So the run meters in that set for the Warriors were less than 35 metres. In the last set for the Roosters, well, they ran nearly 60. Let's have a look here. Michael Gordon jumps out. He makes good yards too. There's 15.
We look to see which team has the momentum, which team has the stronger finish in them. Just when you think the Roosters have got the roll on, they just make a sloppy play like that, tidied up by Kenny Dow. Friend, here goes Tokiaho again. He's hitting the ball strongly, isn't he?
16 carries, 130 metres.
He's having a fantastic game. Now Keary to the line, corner. He's lost it. And it's going to be Warriors possession to good clock stat.
Brilliant tackle from David Fusatua. They have had some traffic here on the right edge. Klokstad, well, he's probably got cramp, I reckon. But a defensive read from David Fusatua in the Australian second rower. It was timely.
We just bring the ball in. Just cramp, we'll bring the ball in.
Here it is here. Keary's favourite play. Fusatua right up on top of him, creating the contact as soon as he got the football. Other big plays.
Nickel Klogstad. He's the player getting the treatment at the moment. Here goes Mannering. It's 12 all. If you've just joined us here at Mount Smart Stadium, hope you're enjoying this coverage live on Sky Sport through Fox Sport Australia. 13 minutes to play, 12 apiece, 2 tries apiece. To Gavitt and Fusatua for the Warriors, and Manu and Kenny Dow. Warriors haven't scored in the second half as Johnson finds some space behind Michael Gordon. The chase becomes important here, and Gordon sneaked through, a couple of tackles, and he's away, Michael Gordon. Oh, desperation from Fusatua. But the Roosters have a good roll on here. It's Boyd Courtner. Fantastic runs from Gordon and Cordner. Really have the Roosters on the front foot now. And here they go again down this left side. It's Kenny Dow. All of a sudden, they're only 25 metres out with 3 tackles left. Dylan Napa. Plenty of space for him to set this up. 12 minutes to play. 2 tackles left in this set. And Pearce isn't mucking around here. It's been charged down, that field goal attempt. It's going to be a restarted tackle count. Orbison. The Warriors under pressure now as Fran plays it forward again. Corner through the gap. Oh, Johnson's just got him.
He got him all right.
Corner slowly to his feet. Napa. Luke trying to make a nuisance of himself in the play, the ball, and it's Pearce. Mitchell Pearce tries to bust this game open. The decisive players in the hands of the Roosters here. Kenny Dow. Again, desperate defence from the Warriors. Keeps the Roosters away. His friend, Napa. Last tackle.
Pearce is in position. Straight behind Friend.
The Roosters off. Friend keeps it in hand this time. They're going for a repeat set. They'll probably get one. Nickel Clockstead is forced to go for the line dropout.
Wow, players out on their feet. And we've still got 10 to go here, so there's plenty of time. The kick from Johnson before the set that got the Roosters down there was a really good kick. And Michael Gordon comes up with a great play out of his own area. It was a poor chase from the Warriors that let Johnson out, or should I say Gordon out, and now they're paying the price.
11 minutes to play. 10.5 to be precise. 12 points all, and we're back. Score bucket at the bottom left. There's not a great dropout from Isaac Luke. Doesn't have the distance that he was looking for. And Manu's going to set this up. 25 metres out. The Roosters, you'd think, set themselves for another field goal attempt. The very minimum here. Wairia Hargreaves. Remember, the Roosters won by golden point field goal last week against the Roosters. They swing it nicely to the left. There's a no-look pass, and Kenny Dowell is through. Shine Kenny Dowell again is levelled nicely by Isaac Luke. He's had a couple of big tackles at crucial times. Kiri to Tokiaho. He's had a fantastic second half. Still 10 minutes of it to play. Friend rolls away again. Pierce to the line. Orbison. Hoffman with an important tackle with Ashford helping him out to play the ball. Well, they're not in position this time. And that kick is going to roll dead.
Overcooked it. It's like a tick for the defence of the Warriors. But there's many a yards to do. Mamalo.
The crowd wanting the penalty. A 7-tackle set for the Warriors. Tuivasa-Sheck. Here goes Isaac Luke. Oh, we're all on the edge of our seats, aren't we? Heading into this last 9 minutes. Certainly feels like the Roosters have the momentum. The Warriors just hanging on. They need some X-factor here, the Warriors. Who's going to provide the X-factor? Johnson maybe, as Thompson drops the ball. The errors are mounting now. 12 errors in that column for the Warriors.
Oh, such a dangerous position here. Do you play a little bit conservative and just get to your kick, get it down there, put some pressure on the opponent to make a mistake in his own end, or do you chance your arm? I realise the Warriors have actually chanced their arm through most of this game, and that set just looked a little bit, let's just get to the end of it and put a kick in.
I think you've got to be conservative, Chook. You've got to play it out that end and hope to force the error, because they're making it life a lot harder for themselves. They're scrambling, they're pushing, they're working so hard, but they seem to shoot themselves on the foot on every occasion when they get out of trouble.
Well, that possession stat in the second half, you just saw it, 61% to the Roosters. Remember, the score at halftime was 12-8 in favour of the Warriors. In fact, it was 12-4, of course, as Carey 12-4 in favour of the Warriors. They've had only 39% of the ball in the second half. 2 tackles left in the set. Here's Tokiaho looking to get in position again for a field goal attempt. Beautiful offload. Friend. Oh, they nudge it forward. Back goes Malmalo. Oh, helter-skelter stuff again. Who's come up with the ball? It's the Roosters. Can you believe that? Gordon. He's over the line, and they'll go back to the 10.
Hold up.
Oh, Malmalo, how did he lose that ball? Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Just the stress and the anxiety building in this game makes it simple things realistically difficult. Here, had 2 or 3 cracks at it, just didn't know where to get the hand to.
Well, surely this time it's going to be a field goal attempt for the Roosters. Maybe they'll win it with a try as Corner's got beautiful acceleration off the mark. But again, they take him down, Warrior Hargreaves. Friend gets the offload. Now Corner. Pearce back in the pocket. This time no risks. Pearce it is with the field goal attempt. It's Hoffman with the charge down. And then back to the 40. 6 more tackles for the Roosters.
3 players in the Warriors have hit 40 tackles. Mannering, Thompson and Luke.
Huge games without the ball for them. Now Dylan Napa. They come again. The Roosters. Pearce. Another tackle by Ben Madalino. His 20th of the game so far. Now, here goes Keary. Tokiaho. Here we go again. They're a bit wider of the ruck this time, but Pearce. Oh, a hesitation in the pass. Pearce, and it's over.
3rd time lucky for Mitchell Pearce. There's still 5.5 to go. Positions himself just to the left of the post. Gets a really good piece of it. Hoffman was the one who charged the last 2 down and drills it straight through.
Never looked like missing from Mitchell Pearce. Matched the one that he got against the Dragons. 13-12 with 5 minutes to play. The short kick-off for the Warriors. Up goes Fusi Tua. Sean Kenny-Dowell has the ball. And the Roosters have more ball. They can soak up a bit of the clock now as the clock becomes their friend.
Stay straight, Simon! Simon!
Tetavano. Friend. Here goes Pearce.
Stay straight, Jacob!
The hammer blow. I bet you the Roosters would love to put the hammer blow in here. Keary. The Warriors have got to be very careful here. They've defensively really outstretched themselves in the second half, but they're still going to be required with 1 more tackle to play. There goes the kick out to Tupou, and he's knocked that into touch, has he? Beautifully picked up by Shaun Johnson. And that's going to be a penalty.
Okay, you're flopped in, causing them to lose the ball.
Zane Tetavano comes across the top here. I don't think there's any real malice in it. Would have been nice if that ball had bounced up for Shaun. He's back to his feet, however.
It's a great play from Johnson. Well, the Warriors have got to dig deeper than they've dug this season right now. They can win this game.
Surrender!
Lasoni. Going to have to be error-free football, though, with Mannering, with his hands on the ball. Mannering, that's a good run to the 30. 3 tackles left in this set as Foran. No risks at all so far as Luke just juggles it for a second off Madalino's pass. Bryce just looking a little bit of, lacking a bit of structure to this passing, spreading of the ball at the moment. Foran gives it to Johnson. And he busts this game open like he did last year when these 2 teams met on the stadium. Warriors looking a little unstructured at the moment. Not really decisive. Tuivasa Sheck. And they pay the price, but there's a penalty.
Mitchell Pearce, offside.
Oh, there's
You were on the ground at the ruck, never retreated 10 metres. Offside.
Well, there you go.
Yep. You were on the ground at the ruck. You stood up, you interfered with play.
You were on the ground at the ruck and you never retreated the 10 metres. We really need some footage of this to have a look at. They'll obviously take the shot at goal, the Warriors. They haven't been down this end of the football field and now get a penalty here to possibly go in front in the game.
Well, the game is in the hands of Shaun Johnson. Johnson to win the game, you'd think, here for the Warriors with this penalty goal. Big call, big call from Ashley Klein.
There didn't seem to be any structure or want to set up for a field goal. It was all about just trying to scramble some sort of attack to make a break and maybe score a try. The field goal wasn't really in the heads of the Warriors.
Just make sure you stay.
Well, Johnson, 100% the game so far, 73% on the season. To sign a new contract for the Warriors for the next 2 seasons. Love to cap that off with the winning goal here.
I reckon the crowd will tell you.
The Warriors take the lead with 45 seconds to play.
How bizarre. Shaun Johnson, a new contract, a pretty quiet game, but a telling moment.
Well, that's a heartbreaker for the Roosters, you'd have to say. There goes Tupou for the short kick-off. Fusitua has got the ball. A brilliant take from David Fusitua. Oh, the joys of rugby league. The clock was the enemy for the Warriors, and now it's the friend. And vice versa for the Roosters. Lasoni. Error-free football. These last 10 seconds. Big win for the Warriors here. Heartbreaking loss for the Roosters. The Warriors take the win in dramatic circumstances. 14-13.